So basically, it was really fun. It was really fun. I met so many fun new people, and it's honestly really sad because a lot of them do not live where I live. So I won't necessarily be making permanent friends from the trip, but there are definitely some amazing people I met. So basically, as you know, we've talked about like a little bit of the trip, and like it was very busy. Well, for the most part. Basically, it started out like slower. So the first night, we basically landed around like 5, I think. So we got around the Airbnb around like 6 or so. And it was like, you know, everyone else had gotten there before us. We both landed, me and my boyfriend's stepsister. She went as well, so we both landed together because we were on the same flight, and we like literally planned our seats beside each other. But we basically got there around 6, and we landed there at the same time, and we were the last people to get there, just because of the timing with our flight and everything. But with that being said, everyone else was already there, and they were already like not partying, but chillaxing in the hot tub, drinking some wine or whatever they wanted to drink, basically. And yeah, so that first night, well, I have some pictures, so I'm gonna show you the pictures as I'm talking, but the first night was really fun. It was really chill. We basically hung out around the pool, around the hot tub, while we were just chilling out and meeting each other basically and having fun. And then after the pool time, we basically, we had these goodie bags that I don't think the actual brides made them. I think the bride's maid of honors made the goodie bags, I think. But we got the goodie bags after the pool and hot tub and stuff like that. So we all opened them together, and it was really fun. Basically, it had some cute little things in it. This is the goodie bag, and it had all of our initials embroidered on it. Adorable. And then there was like a quick snap camera. It's like a one-time use camera that you can like dispose of after, I guess. And then we also had some chocolates in here that I actually haven't tried yet, which I'm really excited for. There was also like some really good idea things for like, there was a nightcap, which is like a little thing you put over your drink for when you're out and about, like if you're at a bar, if you're at a club, or if you're just out somewhere with a drink where someone could roofie you. Basically, this you would put over your cup, and you have a straw through it, so like nobody can like put something in your drink. And there was that one for normal cups, and then there was also one for like if you have like a more of a glass bottle. I don't know where mine went. I don't think they're in here, but we also got some beads and this little cute disco straw, if you can see it. But yeah, I'm excited to try the chocolates, but adorable. And so that's the last thing we pretty much did that night, besides like going to bed and stuff like that. Oh, I forgot. We also watched a movie. We didn't get to finish it. I think most of them like tapped out around like halfway through the movie because it started getting a little late. We all had gotten off planes. It was like, a little tired that night, so it was a chill night, that's why. But yeah, so after all of that, we went to bed, and then the next morning we woke up I don't recall the specific time frame of us getting out and leaving the Airbnb, but that first day, the plan was one, an athletic class. And then after that was lunch. We went to this really cute Mexican restaurant, got a few pictures there, and of course I'll be showing you throughout. And with that, also, basically after eating, we walked around a little bit, but we mainly just went around shopping and we went shopping a tiny bit that day. Not too thoroughly because we had to get ready for dinner that night. And we basically took a lot of that time to get ready because lunch kind of took a little bit. And then after lunch, we went shopping a little, and that took a little bit, but we needed like around 2 hours for everyone to get ready because there were 11 girls there, so obviously some would take a little longer than others. But yeah, so once we got back to the Airbnb, we started getting ready for our first dinner night, which was a beautiful restaurant. It was in a casino, and I can't recall what type of food it was, but it was beautiful and delicious. But that first night was Glitzy Glam. And the reason we did Glitzy Glam is because, well, I guess for that night specifically, we went to a drag show after dinner. The drag show was really fun. It was really fun to watch and listen and see everything, because I've never been to one before, and I know some people, it's like some people do and don't like them. I never really thought about it, so I was obviously open to the idea of going, and it was really fun to watch. The RuPaul show, so there were 3 people in the show that were actually, no, there was 4 people on the show that were on the actual TV show that was actually in the show that we were at. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense how I said it, but yeah, so it was really cool because of that. And I've heard from some of the other people that it was slightly more tame than other drag shows, which I guess is good for getting started with seeing them, I guess. But it was very fun. So fun. After that, we kind of walked around a little bit in the casino, and besides that, there was actually a meet and greet after the show, after the drag show, and so we got to meet one of them. It was the I hate to say it, but I forgot their name. It's the one that is like a Britney Spears impersonator. They were at the meet and greet, and it was really cool. So we got pictures with them, and super fun. One of our girls in our group, she actually got called up to the stage, which was really fun to know because she's a big fan. And I thought that was just really sweet. And so yeah, that was kind of the first night. And it just felt really nice. And then let's see, what's next? Then when we got home, obviously we just went to bed. It was a little late at that point. And then after, all of that, we wake up the next morning. And then I think this morning we basically took our time to get ready and everything. We got out around 11:30. We basically had a shopping day this day. Just a shopping, fun little day through the casino/mall. I mean, the mall basically was a casino, but it also had shopping areas. And it was really cool. Honestly, Las Vegas is so like large and like extravagant. And I just enjoyed it a lot. And with that, so we basically shopped for a good amount of time. We went to lunch, of course, and when we went to lunch, that was, I can't actually remember where we went to lunch. We went to lunch at like, where did we go to lunch? Oh, I'm so silly. We went to lunch at this beautiful place. It reminds me a lot of a very lovely place here where I live, but basically it was a beautiful like designed lunch place or dinner place, depending on, I guess, the time of day. So we basically went to this really cute place. It was basically styled like a freaking greenhouse. The outside looked like a greenhouse, and then through the glass you could see that there were plants, and it was so beautiful. And oh my gosh, there was also like a theme with like flamingos, I think. So it just was really pretty and not tropical, but you know, just I guess fun vibes. And yeah, so with all of that, the food was great too. I really tried to stick with appetizers the whole trip, so I didn't like pay so much money for food, even though I know that Las Vegas is like not exactly known for good food, but known for that kind of stuff. I guess known for their food pretty much. You know, that they have great food is what I've been told. And, you know, I had great food, but I did try to stick with appetizers just to be a little more cheaper. But the food was great and the drinks were great, and yeah. And that after lunch, we basically went to the mall / casino and shopped around more. Because that morning we didn't have a lot of time to really like shop. We just like were dilly-dallying around, I guess, and got some coffee. And so after all of that, we, like I said, went to the mall. It was right across the street, so it wasn't hard at all. And it's really cool because there's like a bridge where you can walk across the street without having to like watch for cars. Like it's above the street, but it's more than just a bridge. It was like so cool. Like the architecture was beautiful there. It's just so much more fun, and I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, all of that. I didn't actually buy anything. I wish I kind of did. I did want this pair of shoes here, but I didn't get them because they were quite expensive. I think if I'm remembering correctly, they were around $260 or something like that. But obviously for some people that's like an average price for shoes, like Nike, On Cloud, stuff like that. But I don't pay that much money for shoes that often. And honestly, they were so cute. I probably should have, because those were some cute shoes for me. Of course, not everyone would agree, but I just think they were so cute. I would wear them like probably regularly, like, you know, and I don't know, it was just really fun. But now that I only bought one thing, which was like a sweater in a normal touristy shop, I wish I got them now, because all I bought besides that is food, and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, and so after shopping, we went home or we went to the Airbnb to basically, you know, get ready for dinner. And the theme for that night, which was, I believe, Sunday night, after that night, we basically got ready, or whatever. I mean, we basically got ready that night for the Loving Him Was Red theme. And yeah, we went to dinner that night. It was lovely. The dinner was at the top of a tall building, so there was a lovely view. It was a little dim in there, so I didn't get any good pictures of myself, but I did get some cute pictures of other people. And it's so weird. In Vegas, well, I understand why, but in Vegas, apparently, I'm sure this is other places as well. I'm not sure, of course, but in Vegas, at least where I was, they don't let people pay with multiple cards. Like if there's more than one person buying it, you can't. Like you have to pay for with one card, whether or not there's multiple people paying or not. So it makes it a little harder on the people dining there. Like we all have to like Venmo that one person, and it also is like a little because anyway. So that was something that was interesting that I've never really dealt with before. But it was still a good experience because everyone there was like good people, at least from who I've met. They were all lovely people, so it wasn't like anyone would not pay for what they were buying, But anyway, so that dinner was lovely. I got some mac and cheese, but it was like a special kind of mac and cheese. I just can't remember what was in it and everything, but that was lovely. And then right after that, we basically, 1, gambled, and then 2, just walked down the Vegas Strip. It was very cool, very cool. And so, yeah. That's when I bought that sweater I bought. I basically had something very similar to it, which is why I got it, because I got paint all over my previous sweater that looks a lot like the new one I got. But I love it, and yeah. So yeah, and then after all of that, we did gamble. I tried gambling a little bit. Nothing crazy. I spent like $65, and then I won back about 80 of that, so I won like $15, which is cool. But my first time gambling, and I did make some money, which is fun. It was fun, but like, yeah, you gotta have a limit so you don't go crazy or don't forget what you're putting in the machine and just lose all that. No, I don't want to I'm not gonna do all that. So I'm happy I have that kind of like mentality to remember, like, hey, don't go overboard. At least with stuff like that. But yeah, so after that night, we basically, both of the brides wanted to stay out later than some of the other group to gamble a little more. So me, Tyler's cousin was there. She stayed with us as well. It was the 2 brides, me and Tyler's cousin, and then this other girl that was there, which was part of the other brides group, the other brides like bachelorette. And it was so sweet because all of these people have been friends pretty much since they were kids, which I think is super special. I don't have any like friends that I knew except for one in high school. Everyone else, nobody talks. We don't like talk like that anymore. So to know that there's some people that have like that kind of friendship where they all are still friends and they all still talk to each other and like whatever, even though they all live in different parts of the world and not parts of the world, but different areas of the country. It's super sweet and special to know that they're all still friends like that. And it's so cute because yes, there were 2 brides, but all of the both of the brides' like groups, they were all friends, and I think that's so sweet. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened that second full day. And then And then after that was basically bedtime. After we gambled for a little while, I was out both nights for a while. So Las Vegas is 2 hours ahead of where I am. And that means basically it was around 2. The first night I got home around 2 in the morning, which means it was like 4 in the morning where I live. Oh goodness. And then the second night I was out, I don't know. Really, I don't remember. Okay, the first night might have been 2 to 2:30 when I actually got to the Airbnb, so I might have went to bed around 2:30 to 3. So it would have been like, I don't know, like 4:30 to 5 in the morning here. And then like, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. And then the night after that, the one I'm talking about right now, that night we were out till like, I don't know, maybe, I really can't remember. It was about the same time, I feel like. So both nights we were out for a while. And it was a packed weekend full of walking. And it's funny, these heels that I took to wear at the dinner, both dinners actually, yeah, on my previous video, one of my previous videos, when I said, hey, yeah, we're gonna do these shoes with this and these shoes with this, I actually chose these shoes for both of my outfits because I just thought it looked best and everything. But I actually only wore them one night and I didn't actually last the whole night. I only lasted these past the dinner and then I had to take them off because my feet, like, one, we had been dropped off by our party bus and had to walk to dinner, which wasn't that much of a walk, but in heels, baby, that hurt a little bit because I don't wear heels that often. So it was like hard for me. And so, yeah. And so basically, once we like, so yeah, I didn't get to last the whole time in those shoes, and it's okay because I had sandals that matched my purse. As you know, I wanted to match like my shoes and my purse, so it wasn't a big deal, but it was a little upsetting because I was looking forward to wearing those heels, but the dresses were great though. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so basically, so once we did all that, we went home after gambling and everything. And like, you know, we went to bed. I kind of lingered on my phone a little bit in the living room before I really went to bed, but I was tired. But yeah, I still had a lot of fun, obviously. And the next morning was basically, well, that night we also were getting ready to pack up the Airbnb and all. But a lot of the people, since they got to the Airbnb before we did, since we were out later, a lot of that stuff was done already. Like the maid of honor, she went home before the brides did because, you know, she wanted to handle everything for them, which is good of a bride. Like the maid of honor should do stuff like that because that's kind of their job, and she was happy to do it, which is so sweet. So yeah, with that being said, basically that morning, we were basically just packing up, making sure everything was ready for the leaving of the Airbnb, and then both of the moms of the brides got back because, well, the brides of the moms were staying at Vegas while we were, just not with us because they didn't, you know, they didn't want to like ruin the fun, even though they're both awesome. So anyway, all of that, basically it was really fun. I was one of the last people to be at the Airbnb besides the bride, my bride, her bride. And so, yeah, once we all fled the Airbnb, I rode with the maid of honor, Tyler's stepsister, and the bride's mom back to the airport because we all had the same flight. And I say Tyler's stepsister and the bride's mom like that because, well, we're close outside of like the actual bachelorette party. So it's so funny because when the bride's mom got back to the Airbnb, you know, to finish cleaning up the Airbnb, she was like, my posse, because we're her group. Like we frequent together. We frequently come together and everything. So yeah, it's a tight-knit group, and I'm really happy I was invited, even though I'm not a bridesmaid. But like, that's totally fine. Like, I'm just happy I got to go. And it was just a great experience. But once we got home, I just felt like very, not overwhelmed, but I felt a lot of emotions after the actual trip. It's like I gave myself time to process what all I experienced, which was good experiences. And so, yeah, it was a great experience to be with all of those girls. There were 11 girls in the Airbnb. It was great to meet everyone. But yeah, I had a great time, and I hope, I don't know, basically, and I love how the pictures turned out, at least some of them. And I don't know, I just had a lot of fun. But besides that, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.